First 10th round to Williams, then the 11th. Great riposte from Harrison, and Williams digging deep and winning the 12th round, surely.
Yeah, I've got Danny Williams winning.
Let's have a look again at some of the action in this last round.
I mean,
that was the best spell that Harrison had.
It was a nice onslaught from Harrison, but I just feel too little too late.
But he couldn't sustain it, could he?
No, he couldn't sustain it. I mean, we had a lot of quiet rounds in the middle. It'd be interesting to see how the judges scored the quiet rounds, but the big rounds were by Danny Williams.
Big punches landed, eye-catching punches by Danny Williams. For what it's worth, I've got it dead level. Dead level. Call it a cop-out, whatever you like, but I've got it absolutely level. Do you reckon that Williams has won that one?
I've got Williams ahead by 2 rounds.
I've got you up by 8.
Well. Who is it going to be? Who will take this one? These are anxious moments. Anxious moments. Jim McDonnell looking across to us, he's saying, who's got it? And we're telling Jim that Duke is saying that, in his opinion, Danny Williams has got it. I think it was extremely close. Who's it going to be? Williams is posing for the photographers. Is Audley Harrison's boasts, are Audley Harrison's boasts going to be exposed as just that? Or will the story go on? It is a very, very close fight. We're waiting for the decision. They're collating the scorecards. Michael Pass is our master of ceremony. As soon as he has them, of course, the British Boxing Board of Control are having a look at that to get that absolutely right. And in just one moment or two, we will get the confirmation of the results. We're waiting to see if Michael Pass steps into view to bring us the results. Still we wait. It must be close, this one. It must be very, very close indeed. Audley Harrison, the Olympic champion from 2000, or is it Danny Williams, the man who shocked Mike Tyson? And will he now have upset and detonated the career of Audley Harrison? Here's the results. Here's Michael Pass. And still,
ladies and
here we
gentlemen, we have a split decision. Judge Phil Edwards scores the contest 116 to 113 for Danny Williams. Judge Mark Green scores the contest 114 to 113 for Audley Harrison. And Judge Terry O'Connor scores the contest 116 to 112 for the winner by split decision and the new heavyweight champion of the Commonwealth from Brixton,
Danny Williams has got it! Williams gets it! A nightmare night for Audley Harrison and Danny Williams, who all but ended the career of Mike Tyson. What has he now done to the career of Audley Harrison? Sensation here in London.
Thank you, John. What a finish. 9 horrible rounds and it all exploded at the end, Barry McGuigan. Do you agree with that verdict?
Absolutely. I give it 116, 115 for Danny Williams. Audley was dreadful. Up until the last round, he didn't fight until he had to fight. He told us he was the real deal. Nonsense. He's not the real deal. That was a terrible performance. Danny Williams deserved to win this fight.
You don't think you're being a bit harsh on him in there? One of the judges gave him the verdict.
Yeah, well, I don't agree with that. I agree with the other two who didn't. I thought that Danny Williams deserved to win the fight. He initiated every attack. Audley ran like he was petrified. He didn't even jab. When he got up close, he grabbed and hold on. He threw a couple of punches in the later rounds, and he did definitely hurt Danny Williams later on. But he was terrible. I thought Danny Williams was definitely the better man. What a
sport this is. 10 soporific rounds, I should say. Or then it all exploded in the 10th. And let's just have a look what happened towards the end of the fight. That was all jumping, didn't it?
Yeah, that 10th round was a right hand over the top by Danny. And he didn't even hit him properly with it. He just cuffed him around the side of the head with it. You watch it, great shot, and just hit him up on top of the head, but it was enough because Harrison was exhausted too. The pace wasn't very good, but he was just keeping on top of him, putting him under sustained pressure, and finally he got through. And this is Harrison coming back at this stage. He was really awful. He didn't fight until he had to fight. He told us he was going to be spectacular. He told us he was going to do everything right, and I just thought he was very disappointed.
So how big a setback is this for Audley Harrison?
Well, it's a hell of a setback. He's 34 years old, and you know, as I said, up until now it's taken 5 years to get to here. There was always question marks over whether he could fight or not, whether he had heart. I have to say, those were valid questions.
Were you surprised a bit by the crowd reaction here, even before the fight?
Yeah.
Danny was their man. They didn't fancy Audley, did they?
Well, Audley is a cocky guy. He's brash and arrogant, and he done nothing this week to endear himself to the audience, and then he goes and performs like that. So I'm not surprised. And the whole way through the fight, they gave him a lot of stick. Danny Williams deserved to win this fight, Jim.
Would you put a line now through Audley Harrison, World Championship contender?
Well, you look at it. Look at the cold hard facts. He's 34 years old. He's got to learn how to fight. He's got to show us that he's got intestinal fortitude. He's got courage, and that he can stand up and be counted. And he's running out of time.
Just quickly though, and finally, great comeback by Danny Williams.
Last chance saloon. He had his last chance. He pulled it out of the bag. He done it. He now has a chance of fighting for a genuine world title fight. He's a lovely man. Well done.
Okay, Barry McGuigan, thank you very much indeed. Let me just tell you, we are switching over to ITV4 now. Plenty more action coming your way, and we will be talking there to the winner and hopefully to the loser here at London Docklands. Danny Williams pulling it right out of the fire, laid on a split decision, but Danny Williams gets the verdict. Robbie Williams is coming your way next on Parkinson here on ITV1. See you on 4 very shortly. Good night from us all. Has moved down to join us with a Commonwealth belt there. A bit of familiar property for you, that, isn't it, Danny? But very well done indeed. Give us your overall view of the fight.
First of all, alhamdulillah, praise be to Allah for the victory. You know, it wasn't a very good fight. You know, one reason is that he didn't really want to fight. He was moving around, and he's just been a joker, really. You know, he didn't really want to fight. And you know, I think it was the second or third round, I twisted my ankle, so I couldn't get in distance to let my shots go. You know, but you know, alhamdulillah, at least I won. That's the main thing.
How big a handicap was it for you? Your twisted ankle. You fought 9 rounds with that.
Yeah, it was a big handicap, you know, because I couldn't get into distance, and where he was moving a lot, and he's quite nimble and fast for a heavyweight, I couldn't get in distance and let my shots go.
Did you feel his corner? We heard them saying he was petrified. Did you believe that as well?
Yeah, he was very scared. He looked like he didn't want to get hit. I've said it from the beginning that Audley is a tremendous boxer, very good boxer, but I don't think he has the bottle. You know, if he had a bottle to go with it, I think he'd be a superb fighter.
A lot of ill feeling during the week. How much of that did you carry into the ring, Danny, and how much was it responsible for your victory?
I didn't do enough. You know, if I brought all of it into the ring, you know, the crowd would have been happy. But you know, the main thing is that I won. I can dust myself off and come back again. But you know, this shows me that you can't train yourself. You know, I hardly done any work with Jimmy. I was trying to work on some things myself, and it showed in my performance.
Before we just have a look at those last 3 rounds, you were a very popular fella here tonight, Danny. You were very much at the home fighter.
Yeah. You know, big respect to the crowd. Thank you very much for your support. You know, everywhere I went, you know, the crowd gave me lots of support, and I'd just like to say thank you very much for your support. Thank you.
Let's just have a look at really the rounds when this fight caught fire. If you have a little look down here at the monitor, and a big punch from you that put him on his backside.
Yeah, I was done with a little bit of work with Wayne Llewellyn, and Wayne Llewellyn said, you know, I would catch him with that fight. You know, thank you very much to Wayne Llewellyn. He showed me that punch, and I caught him with it.
Here's the next round, the penultimate round. He came back pretty well in this round, didn't he?
Yeah, he showed a little grit, because I think he could see the finishing line. I think he started to show some grit. And, you know, if he would have done that a little bit earlier, it could have been more interesting.
Okay, and then the climax of the fight, I must admit, I had you winning it by 1 round. Did you feel you had to win that last round to win it?
No, I thought I was skating it, really. My corner was telling me ahead, so I thought I was skating it, but I thought, you know, just put in the last round, and thank God I did.
Yeah, I don't think you skated it. You got a split decision. This will make a very, very happy Christmas for you. And now you must be thinking now in the new year of what, a crack at the British and another one at the world title, or straight for a world title. What do you think?
I think a crack at Skelton would be a really good match. Matt Skelton, that would be a really good match. You know, Skelton looked excellent today, and I think that would be a tremendous match, me and Skelton.
And
just Skelton, come on.
And just finally, a word to everybody here, but there's life in the old dog yet, eh?
Yeah, there's a lot of life here, and thank you very everyone for coming. Thank you very much.
Okay.